I may not be the smartest guy in the world, but you know, there are some ways that you can look at people and tell that they're a Christian, right? Let's say, for instance, that they live a perfect life with no sin. Maybe they wear a red coat, yeah, and a great big wide tie, right? No? Or maybe they have short hair, and their hair's really short, you know, and they don't have any facial hair, and absolutely no tattoos. No? All right, I'll tell you what if they don't cuss? They never say any cuss words like... Dang it. The Bible is very clear about how people will know that we are Christians. It says that they will know that we are Christians by our love for each other. You know, if you follow me around all day long, you're going to see a lot of imperfection. You're going to find a person who's real, a person who does things good, that does things that he shouldn't do. You're going to see all of it wrapped up into this one person called Scott. I'm not perfect. I'm far from it. But I love people, and I love my Lord. And part of being a Christian is living in front of people. I went to a place the other day that really moved me. It was the Columbine Memorial. I was in Littleton, Colorado with a friend of mine, Chris Dorman. You may watch his podcast on here called So What. And we went to me and his family went to the Columbine Memorial, where all of these kids that were in front of each other and lived with each other every day, got up, got ready, went to school, just like any other day, had no idea that they would be confronted with death that very day, face to face with it. I want you to check out a few of the quotes that I saw while I was at that memorial. Check this out. So many things that I could talk about after walking through this memorial. I could talk about the reality of evil. I could talk about being strong in your faith to the very end, not ever giving up. You know, there's so many things that I could talk about, but the one thing that kept jumping back out at me was the fact that these girls, these guys, these kids were living their faith in front of these two so strongly that they knew that they were Christians, and they would come up to them and they would ask. Cassie Bernal, they put a gun in front of her and they said, "Do you believe in God?" She said, "Yes." And it was tragic. It was heartbreaking, you know. But the fact that they knew, Rachel Joy Scott said something that really stuck with me. And as they approached her and they said, "Do you believe in God?" she answered by saying, "You know I do. You know I do." Think about that for a minute. She said that because they knew her. They knew her. They saw a girl that was living her life as a Christian in front of them. I want people to look at me and see beyond my imperfections, see beyond this shell that I'm in, and I want them to see someone who loves other people, see someone who has given his life to try to be that kind of person for the Lord, for my family, for you. That's what I want. You know, all this fake stuff and all this pious stuff and all of these things that we think matter, they don't matter. What matters is our love for each other. What matters is that we live our life in love with Jesus and with each other. I'm going to leave you with this final little piece that I want to show you about Rachel Joy Scott. And this really got my attention, and I hope it blesses you. Her middle name described her. She was a joy. Her beauty reflected her kindness and compassion. A month before her death, she wrote, "I have this theory that if one person can go out of their way to show compassion, then it will start a chain reaction of the same. People will never know how far a little kindness can go." Rachel had a sense of destiny and purpose. She also had a premonition that her life would be short. She wrote, "Just passing by, just coming through, not staying long. I always knew this home I have will never last." The day she died, she told a teacher, "I'm going to have an impact on the world." In her diary, she wrote, "I won't be labeled as average." Her faith in God was expressed in a prayer she wrote, "I want to serve you. I want to be used by you to help others." Her final words were testimony to her life. When asked if she believed in God, she replied, "You know I do."